In the United States, rare and orphan diseases affect more than 30 million people. Many rare conditions are life-threatening, and most do not have treatments.
A rare disease is slightly different than an orphan disease. A rare disease, by definition, is the percentage of people affected in a population, so generally less than 1%. Orphan diseases are conditions that have not seen any improvement in treatment or diagnosis for typically a generation, so for about 20 to 30 years. So often is the case that many rare diseases are orphan, but you can also have orphan conditions that are relatively common. So orphan and rare diseases receive little attention and support from the federal government, the National Institutes of Health, all the way to pharmaceutical companies because they are simply not common enough. Whether it's the market, the area of interest, it's just very difficult to get eyes on these conditions. And unfortunately, the only individuals who see these conditions enough are the ones who are in the hospital setting, where the patients eventually come in and they seek therapy or a diagnosis.
Due to the lack of focus on these diseases, many conditions are unable to benefit from medical innovation in the same manner as patients with common diseases.
Orphan diseases present fundamentally different challenges than those of more common diseases, namely due to the numbers. There's about 10% of Americans suffer from an orphan disease. That's one thing. Now consider that there are about 7,000 different diseases out there. That means that those patients are pretty few and far between. So if you want to conduct a study, these patients are not going to be evenly distributed, so patient selection is going to be an issue. If you're looking for clinical care, there's no guarantee that wherever you happen to be at, that you're going to have experts in that area that could help treat your disease state. Orphan disease patients haven't benefited from innovation the same way that patients with common diseases have, namely because the healthcare system is not addressing the needs of patients. And so I think if we take the time to look for that commonality, it's going to benefit our patients.
Now, developments in artificial intelligence, big data, and advanced analytics are improving translational research and driving patient-specific remission.
The Food Allergy Institute is a wholly unique organization supported by TPIRC's research, development, software, and technology functions. We are able to use those capabilities and take a condition like food anaphylaxis in children and achieve an outcome within a couple of years, which is very different than, say, how biotech and pharmaceutical companies operate, where 20 to 30 years, not within a person's lifetime or generation, where an outcome can be achieved. So we define remission in the case of food anaphylaxis as allowing a child to eat anything they want at any time they want without fear of an allergic reaction. We do that utilizing large amounts of data, proprietary algorithms, and software technology, which separates us from pharmaceutical and biotech companies. Specifically, in our outcome is to actually achieve remission as opposed to moderate a disease.
By combining advanced artificial intelligence and machine learning with mathematical algorithms, these organizations are helping to improve disease discovery and provide treatment for patients suffering from rare diseases and life-threatening allergies.
The Food Allergy Institute's use of mathematical algorithms, AI, and machine learning has been in development for the last 15 plus years. We started by initially collecting 300 plus biomarkers per patient to create mathematical algorithms that would diagnose the patient, classify them, and then actually give a specific treatment plan to them. Now AI and machine learning gives us a scalable model to take this treatment to the millions of children affected by orphan conditions such as food anaphylaxis.
Mitigating risks and controlling the outcomes with big data, the proprietary process provides principles for developing treatments that improve outcomes, safety, and patient care.
The Food Allergy Institute is really one of a kind. It is a true end-to-end experience from a digital, patient, and therapeutic process. There's really nothing like it because it all starts with the data science. So essentially we start off with blood. We run hundreds of tests on every single patient, goes through trillions of markers of analytics, and produces a remission-based outcome for patients, one patient at a time, all focused on safety and efficacy.
The Tolerance Induction Program is a novel way to treat food allergies. And in its most basic form, it's the use of biosimilar food proteins to safely treat the life-threatening condition of food anaphylaxis with the guidance of data science. For our families, TIP represents hope. And for our patients, TIP represents sleepovers and birthday parties and restaurants. The possibility of endless experiences, inclusion in social and cultural events, and ultimately in independence and a lifetime of safety.
The Tolerance Induction Program helps children reach disease remission, providing the chance to eat like a non-allergic person.
We're very careful here at the Food Allergy Institute not to use the phrase, "we have a cure." But I think in the next 5 to 10 years, we could definitely do that. If you look at what else is out there, you have the peanut pill, AR101, and that could get a patient bite safe, which is great, but that's not true food freedom. By utilizing biosimilar proteins, we could get a patient from a state of anaphylaxis and get that immune profile over to a state of tolerance. And that's going to allow the patient to eat whatever they want, whenever they want, however much they want.
In the future, developments in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and big data will continue to move medicine into the 21st century.
We're going to be able to develop and design questions and run them on the computer before we even step foot in the lab. And that's going to end fear in our patients because they'll know that they have a precision, personalized protocol that's designed for their immune system right at the time of their treatment.
Artificial intelligence and machine learning are just at the start of entering the field of medicine. I think it has a long way to go. I think our organization is really in the right place to show how beneficial it can be. And if you imagine, AI can do this at such a high level of efficiency that if we apply it to diseases like cancer, we can have incredible outcomes for our patients today.